David Johansen, best known as the charismatic frontman of the iconic rock band New York Dolls, has been quietly battling a series of serious health issues for over a decade. The rock star, who rose to fame in the early 1970s with his band's groundbreaking blend of glam rock, proto-punk, and theatrical energy, has been fighting stage 4 cancer and a brain tumor diagnosis, conditions that have remained largely private until recently. His stepdaughter, Leah Hennessy, made the public revelation in an emotional plea for support following a difficult health setback. Johansen's health struggle began years ago, when he was first diagnosed with cancer. Over time, this illness has escalated, and the diagnosis of a brain tumor has added another layer of complexity to his battle. Despite his private nature, Johansen's close family, friends, and fans have known about his health problems, but until now, the details had not been publicly shared. Hennessy, in her announcement, painted a picture of a man who has always defied expectations, both in his career and his personal life. His resilience in the face of these severe health challenges is a testament to his strength and determination, but the toll has been undeniable. Johansen's fall, which has been described as particularly debilitating, marks a new chapter in his ongoing health saga. The physical setback prompted Hennessy to seek financial and emotional support from the community, as Johansen faces mounting medical expenses and increasing physical limitations. The timing of her revelation also underscores the vulnerability that comes with aging and serious illness, particularly for someone who spent much of his life embodying the raw energy and vitality of the rock and roll lifestyle. While the news has been difficult for his fans to hear, it has also prompted a wave of affection and admiration for the New York Dolls frontman. The band, which influenced generations of musicians with its gritty punk-infused take on glam rock, was a major part of the 1970s counterculture. Johansen's unique voice, irreverent persona, and boundary-pushing performances helped define an era of rock music that continues to inspire. Yet, beyond his stage presence, Johansen has always been a more private figure. His personal life and struggles have largely remained out of the public eye, making this recent revelation all the more poignant for those who grew up with his music or discovered it later. As the frontman of the New York Dolls, Johansen was a key figure in the band's short but influential career. Their debut album, self-titled New York Dolls, 1973, is often considered one of the most important records in the history of rock music, fusing glam aesthetics with raw, stripped-down punk energy. The album was ahead of its time, laying the groundwork for the punk rock explosion that would follow in the late 1970s. Johansen's voice, both distinctive and effortlessly cool, became synonymous with the band's chaotic energy and defiant spirit. Despite the band's early impact, the New York Dolls struggled with commercial success. Their wild lifestyles, internal conflicts, and a changing musical landscape ultimately led to their breakup. However, Johansen's career did not end with the dissolution of the Dolls. He went on to have a successful solo career, exploring different musical styles, from soul and blues to more experimental rock sounds. His solo work allowed him to further develop as an artist and build a loyal following, even if his commercial success was never on the same scale as his early years with the Dolls. As Johansen's health worsened, his relationship with the world of music remained close. He continued to be involved in the music scene, albeit less frequently, and still occasionally performed for his dedicated fans. However, in recent years, his declining health has made public appearances and performances rare, which is why the announcement of his cancer and brain tumor diagnoses came as such a shock. For many, Johansen was the embodiment of the rock and roll spirit, unpredictable, larger than life, and forever full of defiance. The news of his illness brought an inevitable sense of sadness, but also a renewed appreciation for the incredible legacy he's left behind. Fans have rallied around Johansen and his family, reaching out with messages of support and admiration. Some have called him a true pioneer of the punk rock ethos, while others have reflected on how his music influenced their own lives and careers. Hennessy's call for support also highlighted the difficulty of navigating the complexities of caregiving for someone with such serious health issues. The financial burden, emotional toll, and the practical demands of supporting a loved one through a chronic illness are exhausting, and Hennessy's transparency about her family's situation has touched many. It has also prompted an outpouring of kindness, as Johansen's friends, fellow musicians, and fans have expressed their gratitude for the man who helped shape the sound of an era. For Johansen, the road ahead remains uncertain. Stage 4 cancer is an advanced stage of the disease, and while there are treatments that may prolong life, the prognosis is generally grim. The brain tumor further complicates matters, potentially affecting not only his physical health but also his cognitive abilities. Johansen's condition is an urgent reminder of the fragility of life, even for those who seem immortal in the eyes of their fans. His illness is also a stark contrast to the brash, youthful energy he projected during the height of his career. The fact that Johansen is now facing such severe health challenges adds a layer of humanity to his larger-than-life persona, making his struggle all the more relatable and poignant. It's also worth considering the impact of Johansen's health on the larger cultural landscape. As a figure in the history of punk and rock music, Johansen represents more than just the individual. He embodies the cultural shift that defined a generation. The punk movement, which was characterized by its rebellious attitude, anti-establishment views, and raw musicality, was in many ways born from the same restless energy that Johansen exuded as a performer. His contributions to the genre are immeasurable, but so too is his personal connection to his fans. The New York Dolls were not just a band, they were a statement. Johansen's influence has resonated through decades of rock music, inspiring countless musicians to pick up guitars, reject mainstream ideals, and find their own voices in the process. In the face of this daunting diagnosis, Johansen's resilience serves as a symbol of the strength that defined his public persona. Fans and supporters are left to reflect on the lasting impact of his contributions to music and culture while coming together to offer support in his time of need. The rock and roll world has long revered Johansen for his unapologetic approach to life and art, and now, as he faces his greatest challenge yet, that same community is rallying behind him with love, gratitude, and solidarity. As the situation unfolds, there's no telling what the future holds for David Johansen, but his place in the pantheon of rock music is assured. Whether he continues to battle through his illness or ultimately faces the end of his journey, his legacy remains an indelible part of music history. In the eyes of his fans, Johansen will always be the iconoclastic figure who helped shape the sound of rebellion, the voice of a generation that rejected convention in favor of authenticity and passion.